We've made it to Friday, and welcome to Your Mac's Podcast Now. Mobile Beat reports that Google's Nexus S smartphone is remarkably faster than iPhone 4 at loading mobile web pages, or so says a study by Blaze Software. Both devices are generally fast. The median load time with Nexus S was 2.144 seconds. The iPhone 4 had a load time of 3.254 seconds. Blaze used Fortune 1000 websites for the test. There were 45,000 load tests in all, and the Android-based Nexus S was faster 4 times out of 5. The Nexus S was running Google's Android 2.3 operating system and a version of Google's Chrome browser. Apple's iPhone 4 was running the iOS 4.3 operating system and a Safari browser. Blaze tested the download times mostly over Wi-Fi connected to a fast DSL line. There was also some 3G testing. In the test, Wi-Fi was usually faster, but only by 0.5 seconds. But Apple disputes the validity of Blaze's testing. Quote, "Their testing is flawed," Apple spokeswoman Natalie Karras told CNET, noting that Blaze used a proprietary app with an embedded web browser instead of Apple's Safari browser. And then things got interesting. A few hours later, The Loop's Jim Dalrymple reported that Blaze admitted in a comment to CNET that their tests were flawed. Quote, "This test leveraged the embedded browser, which is the only available option for iPhone application," reads the Blaze statement. Blaze was under the assumption that Apple would apply the same updates to their embedded browser as they would their regular browser. If this is not the case, and according to Apple's response, it's certainly possible the embedded browser might produce different results. If Apple decides to apply their optimizations across their embedded browser as well, then we would be more than willing to create a new report with the new performance results. Wired is reporting that top security firm RSA Security revealed on Thursday that it's been the victim of an extremely sophisticated hack. The company said in a note posted on its website that the intruders succeeded in stealing information related to the company's Secure ID two-factor authentication products. Secure ID adds an extra layer of protection to a login process by requiring users to enter a secret code number displayed on a key fob or in software, in addition to their password. The number is cryptographically generated and changes every 30 seconds. Quote, "While at this time we are confident that the information extracted does not enable a successful direct attack on any of our RSA Secure ID customers," RSA wrote on its blog, "this information could potentially be used to reduce the effectiveness of a current two-factor authentication implementation as part of a broader attack. We are very actively communicating this situation to RSA customers and providing immediate steps for them to take to strengthen their Secure ID implementations," end of quote. As of 2009, RSA counted 40 million customers carrying Secure ID hardware tokens and another 250 million using software. Its customers include government agencies. Sleep tight, everyone. Wired says that the New York Times unveiled its widely anticipated digital subscription plan yesterday, a big step by one of the most impactful newspapers in the world. Under the new pricing structure, which goes live in 11 days, nothing will change for print subscribers. They will continue to get their free access to NewYorkTimes.com and any Times app for digital devices like the iPhone and iPad. Also remaining free to all is the top news section on the Times app and the landing pages for every section of the website. But for everyone and everything else, the free ride is over. And with the 3-tiered pricing structure, which parses online and other digital media, the Times is strongly indicating it sees its economic future less as a purveyor of news on the web and more as a publisher through mobile devices like the iPad and apps, access to which can be more easily controlled.
Hello, Dennis Sellers here. Well, I've spent much of the week trying to track down an iPad 2 for review. I finally got my hands on one this Tuesday at my local Mac dealer, the Mac Authority here in Nashville, Tennessee. This is one of the new iPad 2s with one of the leather smart covers, which is a really cool thing. It has magnets in it, attaches to the iPad 2. You can fold it back like this, and the iPad 2 will automatically turn on. Put it on front of the iPad 2 and it will shut itself off. As you can see, the smart cover is also foldable, so you can use it to prop it up in a variety of ways for typing, for looking at photos, doing videos, that sort of thing. Now, one thing that you will notice about the iPad 2 is that it's very svelte. In fact, it's practically anorexic. Compared to the original iPad, this is 33% lighter and 33% thinner and 15% lighter per Apple's specs. The edges are now tapered and the back is completely flat. That has both good and bad things about it. It does make it a little easier to hold, although unless you're holding it for a long time reading or watching movies, you probably won't notice it that much. However, it also makes it a little more difficult. The tapered back edge makes it more difficult to plug in to some accessories such as the iHome ID speaker charger system, a system from iHome Audio that I really like. Unfortunately, it's almost impossible to insert the iPad 2 into it without really forcing it, something I don't like to do with something as delicate and as expensive as an iPad 2. Also, one thing you might want to get in addition, if you do get your iPad 2, is this $39 HDMI adapter, which lets you connect your iPad 2 to your TV. And it really comes in handy and works great playing games like Infinity Blade, which looks great on the iPad and looks amazingly good on a 47-inch HD TV such as I have. So, should you get an iPad 2? Well, that depends. Do you have the money to spend? Do you have to have the latest thing? Do you want FaceTime abilities and movie recording abilities on your iPad 2? For instance, you can also buy iMovie for the iPad 2 for $4.99 at the Apple App Store, and it works better than I thought it would, although it's hardly the equivalent of iMovie on the Mac. Only you can decide if you need one of these new devices. They are nifty, although as I've said many times, I use my iPad for content viewing, not for content creation. For that, I still prefer my Mac. That's all for this time. Until next time, take care and be good.
And so concludes another week in Apple's Magic Kingdom, boys and girls. I don't know what you have planned for the weekend, but I know I'm going to be walking about humming "Nearer My iPad to Thee." So until we meet again next week, remember, download, double-click, drop out.